beauties, welcome back for another video. So I am back with 3 to 4 mistakes. I'm not for sure how many I'm going to give, but I'm going to give you a few of the mistakes that new crochet braiding girls make. Okay, these are things that I wish I would have known before I started getting heavy into the crochet braids. Okay, let's hop right into the video. These are crochet braids, by the way, and if you have not seen the video of my install, I'm going to leave it right here for you guys. Check it out. So yeah, let's hop into the video. So the number one thing that I wish someone would have told me, or I just would have known before going heavy into the crochet braiding, is let's just start with the foundation. If you are doing cornrows, these are my opinions, and I think, as a matter of fact, I did this video about 2 years ago, and I just wanted to do an updated one. The tips may be the same. I'm not for sure. I didn't go back and look at that video, but I'm going to also leave that right here if you are interested. But I've been doing it longer than I was at that time, so I'm just not sure if the tips are the same or different, but I don't know. I just figured I'd do the video anyway. So let's get into the first tip or mistake, in my opinion. A lot of times when you start doing crochet braids, I just say for me, I really did not understand the importance of a good foundation. So like anything, you're planning, building a house, planting flowers, etc. The foundation needs to be A1. And that is the same thing, in my opinion, with crochet braids. You have to be very strategic, and I'm going to get into that in a minute too. Strategic about your braiding pattern. I feel like you should start with a fresh braiding pattern. Why? Because I feel like the crochet braids will last longer if the braiding pattern is fresh and sturdy and secure. Now this also goes for, this does not only go for braid crochet braids. Now we have the braidless, which this is braidless crochet braids. Even that, you still have to start with a solid foundation, whether it be new 2-strand twist or a secure ponytail or whatever the case might be. Just make sure your foundation is sturdy and secure before applying hair. I just think it makes it better on your natural hair and just an overall look. Okay, so that is number one. Okay, so number two is going to be making sure you have the appropriate packs of hair. Now typically the average crochet braid style is usually accomplished between 2 to 4 packs depending on what hair you're using. Now I'm talking about curls, waves, straight hair. 2 to 4 packs is good. Now of course that's different with Senegalese twist and braids. If you're doing crochet braids, it's different. It's definitely going to be between 6 to 8 packs if you're doing that. But typically, you want to at least get 4 packs. If you are a little bit nervous, on the nervous end, get 5 packs just to be on the safe side. But 4 packs are usually enough for me. I don't think I've ever had to use 5 packs of hair with straight, wavy, etc. Like I said, braids and Senegalese twists are something different. I usually go between 6 to 8 packs on in that aspect of it. Okay, so be aware. At least get 4 packs for me. I usually can do my hair in 4 packs, and my hair, I think, is pretty big. So yeah, make sure you have the appropriate amount of hair. That leads me into the next tip, which is make sure you separate the hair. I have some hair right here, and I'm going to tell you why you should separate the hair. So this is pretty much how the hair comes, the hair that I'm wearing, and some crochet braiding hair comes. So it comes in this really thick piece. So in this thick piece, when I did my hair, I sectioned this hair off between 2 to 3 pieces. Yes, 2 to 3 pieces of this hair right here. I section it off and then I put it in my hair. You don't want to go in and put this big piece of hair in your hair, because the knot will not be secure. The knot will not be secure. The K-N-O-T will N-O-T be secure. Okay, So the piece is just way too big for the hair to be secure, and it will unravel on you, especially if you're trying to get longevity out of your hair. So that is my third tip. So let's move on to my fourth tip. The fourth tip is spacing. Of course, this is different with braidless as opposed to braids. So with braids, the rule of thumb is to be a finger width apart when applying your crochet braids. So you'll put one in, kind of put your finger wherever it needs to be, and then put the other one in. And this will avoid too much hair and using way too many packs of hair, unless you're going for, you know, a bigger look. Typically, like I said, 4 packs is enough. Make sure you separate the hair and all of that good stuff. To be on the safe side, maybe 5, but like I said, I've always done just 4 packs of hair, and it worked out good for me. So be sure to use the appropriate spacing when you're doing the braids. Now, for braidless on the other hand, to me with braidless, I actually put those closer together because something on my lip. Okay, so I actually put the braidless closer together because I do mine with the mesh cap, and the mesh cap I don't want it to show. So I don't know, it's kind of like playing it by feel. You know, you'll be able to feel your hair and where it needs to be. Sometimes it may be further apart than a finger width, sometimes it may be closer. You kind of got to eyeball that part of it, okay? So yeah, that is tip number 4. Okay, so here is my last tip. In my opinion, please don't, you know, if you do it the opposite way, that's cool. You know, you do you. But in my opinion, to get a more natural crochet braiding look, try to do the invisible parting space. It just gives it a natural look, in my opinion, and it's not all your knots showing. I honestly don't like my knots showing, especially in the front. So I do my invisible parting space in the front. And that takes me back to my other tip when I was telling you, tip number 1, when I was telling you about the foundation of braids. In the front, try to do your cornrows as close as you can. It will help you when you're doing your invisible parting space. I may try to come back with a video, if the footage is good, on the invisible parting space. And yeah, so be on the lookout for that. But try to do the invisible parting space if you can, if you know how to. If you can't, your hair will still come out nice. I'm sure it will. But I just feel like for a more natural look, you should try to do the invisible parting space. Like I said, if you can't, it's all good. You're still gonna be bomb. But like I said, try if you can, okay? So those are my tips. Yeah, I hope I helped someone. Any questions, comments, or concerns, leave them down below. I will see you in my next one. Bye.